Imagine getting into a house for much less money than you expected. Hi, I'm Sande Bulawa with eXp Realty, and I'm here with Jerry Sundt of Cross Country Mortgage. We're going to have a bit of a conversation today on a couple of the updates on the mortgage industry. And so, Jerry, I'm going to have you start.
Absolutely. Well, so the big news is rates have been obviously been doing ups and down over the last 60 days, and right now they're elevated. But they are expected to come down later this year, and hopefully that will take place. But there are still so many options for buyers to be able to bring affordability into play. And a popular topic right now is doing what's called the 2-to-1 buy down, or buying a rate down permanently. So both of those are great, options where if a seller will pay for concessions, we can use that money to bring the payment back in line where a borrower can qualify. The other big news that happened this week is both VA and FHA came out and lowered their mortgage insurance premiums, which this will really make FHA a competitive loan product for many, many buyers. It used to be perceived that FHA was more of an expensive loan than a conventional loan. But with this reduction in mortgage insurance, which is about 30 basis points, it will save someone about $100 for a $300,000 loan, $100 a month. Oh. So it's a big wow.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that combined with, if rates do come down later this year, or we combine it with the buy down of an interest rate, it really brings affordability back in line for a buyer.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great news. I did hear about that. I'm glad you spoke on that. The other thing we were just having a conversation before we sat down here about the community, about people buying, why people should buy homes, why the renters should start considering purchasing a home, and what's in it for them.
Absolutely. And this is, I think, oftentimes we don't talk about this enough in real estate, but when someone retires, 65% of their wealth comes from the primary residences they've owned over the years. So getting in to buy a home, even with rates higher, it's important to get in at a younger age, because this is a fundamental building block of someone's wealth. And if you buy a $300,000 home, let's say today, and you put 5% down, which is about $15,000, homes have appreciated in Pima County about 3.5% per annum, going back to World War II.
Wow.
So a $300,000 home today is going to be worth roughly about $350,000 if you just take the averages over the next 5 years. So where else does someone get a return on their investment where you invest $15,000 today and it's worth $50,000? That same money gives you $50,000 in return over 5 years. And I think that's an important piece that we have to take into, and that's why we all want to buy real estate and own real estate.
Correct. And that's awesome. That is so good to be telling people, whether they're buying or selling, especially buyers. And sellers may want to be investing their home in maybe a rental and purchase a second home and rent it. So that is great information. And there are
many tax incentives when you buy a house as a rental.
Correct. And this is just why wouldn't you? Right. Especially when you're looking at the bank, the savings, and even some of the stocks and everything, how it's been so volatile.
Yeah, and I think that's it. It's important to look, even when we have this volatility and rates have moved higher. I think it spooks a lot of buyers.
Yeah.
But it's important to go back to the ground rules of why we own what we own.
Right.
And that is the ground rule.
Right.
You got to live somewhere.
That's right.
Of course, the payment's got to be in your comfort zone, where you're comfortable. But it doesn't have to be a forever house. Even if you're only in it for 2 to 5 years, great. Right. You're starting that appreciation that will carry forward, that actually when you look forward to retirement, that's, again, it goes back to 60% of someone's retirement's wealth.
Right, exactly. Well, this has been great information, and I hope everybody watching this video is getting something out of it. And if you had any questions at all or comments, please leave it in the comment section, or give Sande Bulawa at eXp Realty a call, 520-561-3183, or Jerry Sundt at Cross Country Mortgage.
Yep. Thank you.
And what is your number, Jerry?
370-9576.
Thank you so much.